Hi, this is Mark with Right Line Trading. This is our evening newsletter, starting with this disclaimer that all signals of trading opportunities that we provide are educational and demonstration purposes only. Everyone should understand that trading the markets involves substantial risk, and a person can lose a substantial amount of money. Always carefully consider your financial position prior to trading, and never risk more than you can afford to lose. We all know in this market, everyone is always telling you about their winners. There's boomerang trades, there's volcano trades, there's stealth trades, there's rubber band trades, there's volcano trades, meteor trades, and there are probably a few trades that I can't even think of. What they all amount to, they're trades, but everyone touts their 1,000, 2,000% winners. We have 10 winners in a row, and I knew this was going to come to an end just based on statistics, and I wanted to show you a loser. Now, when I entered into Peloton, it was with the anticipation that it would become a very favorable present to give over the holiday. It's not only it's a nice gift because it's a gift that's fun, and it's also a gift that brings you better health. So I purchased a spread on Peloton along with unusual options, right alongside unusual options activity, telling me that big money was also anticipating a move up going into the holiday, only to find that on Peloton's earnings, it was a bloodbath to the downside. Now, the stock dropped from approximately 87 and change all the way down to 51. Now, needless to say, our spread is essentially vaporized. All its intrinsic value is gone. It's still got some extrinsic or time premium on it, but it's just worth a few cents. And when you delve into Peloton's earnings report, you begin to see how poorly this company was managed over the last 3 to 4 quarters. In an attempt to relieve their supply chain issues, they spent a tremendous amount of money on infrastructure, going so far as to rent boats to bring their units over from overseas, wherever they're manufactured, maybe in China. I honestly don't know. And it really doesn't matter. All that matters was they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on this to relieve any supply chain issues. Then they dropped the price of their core, most popular bicycle, $400, which was an appreciable discount on the price. And what they did not anticipate was that demand was going to drop precipitously. They felt that the buying habits of individuals had been fixed, and that Peloton was a staple, and that even with the reopening, consumers would continue to buy their bicycles. Well, they were just dead wrong, because now that the reopening is occurring, sales of their bicycles is way off. Now, if you read Q3 earnings, you should see their anticipated earnings for Q4. I mean, it's like a funeral dirge. Their anticipated subscriber base is anticipated to grow minimally. And I sort of liken this company. Now, it's not a GoPro or a Fitbit that was trading at $150 and is now trading for $5, because it does have a subscription model, brings in nice recurring revenue. But I don't think Peloton will ever again recover in price to where it was before. Now, we got crushed on it. There's just no two ways about it. After 10 winners in a row, our freight train hit about a 14-layer steel wall. And we lost the position, and we lost it big time. And again, it was totally unanticipated because of the way that other big money traders were handling the position. But I'm providing you with this material to warn you to stay away from Peloton and don't trade it off the bottom. This is dead money for at least a year. They're going to have to show 2 or 3 quarters of really sustained growth and maybe turn around their business model. Now, their supply chain issues have been alleviated abruptly because no one's buying their bicycles. And if they just would have stood their ground and kept their money, they would be a lot better off. So this is what happens when a company poorly executes, doesn't anticipate potential a dry up of new customers, allocates an enormous amount of money in the wrong direction, and then creates total havoc with itself. Now, there's another company that I'm not going to get into today that took a real haircut on Thursday on its earnings. This I bought right off the bottom, and today it was up just beautifully. Traders tend to overreact to news. In Peloton's case, you might anticipate that they basically their hair stands up on end, and then they oversell, and then you eventually have the stock base and slowly begin to move up. That is not the case here. I would steer clear of Peloton. It is dead money. 12 months from now, we may revisit it, and you know what? It may be trading for $30 a share. I wouldn't short it at this point. I absolutely wouldn't go long on this point. At this point, what I would do is I would put up a big don't touch, avoid. There's much better places to put your money. And my final point is that our 10-trade win streak came to an abrupt end with the crushing of Peloton, and we are now working hard to begin our second 10-trade win streak in a row. I created 2 new options positions on Sunday night. We executed 2 of them today. One has still not gotten our limit order fill, but I'm hoping we will get it. And the 2 that did fill did wonderfully. So listen, have a great night, and I look forward to talking with you tomorrow.